The art of alchemy in the lands of Rain Country was as esteemed as the martial way itself. The alchemists who reached the pinnacle were revered, their skills as precise as any blade's strike. For any alchemical pill to be deemed of true worth, it must be graded on a scale of 10 stars, with those above the ordinary reaching 11 or 12 stars. To surpass even 12 was to approach the realm of legends, the unattainable. A pill beneath the mark of 10 would be deemed a failure, with those less than 1 star regarded as nothing but refuse, fit for nothing but disposal. Hiss! Fu Yuansheng, the pavilion master of the Heaven's Medicine Pavilion, exhaled sharply in astonishment. Even when I concocted pills of lower grade, my best was only 12 stars. Li Chan, the proud disciple of Wu Songlin, stood beside him, her face etched with disbelief. She was an alchemist of considerable renown, a genius by all measures. Yet even her best attempts only reached 10 stars, with a rare few touching 11 or 9 stars. Yet the storm pill, one of the most difficult to concoct among yellow-grade mid-tier pills, was a challenge even to her. She had labored over it for a month, each time seeing her efforts explode in the furnace. A pill like that, if completed, no matter its rating, would sell well in the market. A mere 3 or 4 stars would suffice for a buyer's interest. But a pill that could touch 13 stars was a rare treasure, one over which men would risk their lives. Her gaze turned back to Ling Han. Could it be that his pill was truly beyond Wu Songlin's skill, surpassing even his record? Wu Songlin, the master alchemist, only ever managed to produce storm pills of 8 stars, or at best, 9. Impossible, she murmured under her breath. Had her master, Wu Songlin, been wrong in his judgment? Young man, you! Wu Songlin's eyes gleamed with excitement, his voice bright and eager as he rushed forward. Did you employ the 3-fire guide in your concoction? Ling Han gave a simple nod. Both Fu Yuansheng and Wu Songlin froze. The 3-fire guide was a technique so rare, so fabled, that it had passed into myth. For a young man to wield such an art was a matter of no small import. Tell me, young man, Wu Songlin said, his voice filled with anticipation. Take me as your master, and I will guarantee you ascend to Earth-grade alchemist status at the very least. Fu Yuansheng, not to be outdone, pushed his way forward, a sly grin spreading across his face. No, no, no. Take me as your master. I am the pavilion master of Rain Country's Heaven's Medicine Pavilion, and I have the resources to support your every whim. There is no limit to what you can achieve with me by your side. Wu Songlin's face darkened, and his voice rose in anger. What do you mean by snatching him away? This is my territory. I claim this disciple. Fu Yuansheng snorted. Claim him, you say? How can you claim someone when you don't even know his name? He turned back to Ling Han, his expression now all smiles. Young man, tell me, what is your name? Li Chan stood to the side, stunned. The 2 best alchemists in all of Rain Country were bickering over Ling Han, as though they were mere apprentices. It was a spectacle she could scarcely believe, yet it was happening before her eyes. Ling Han, with calm poise, spoke, I am Ling Han, a new student at Huyang Academy. Wu Songlin's chest swelled with pride. Did you hear that? This is my disciple. He is under the tutelage of Huyang Academy, and there is no need for any of you to interfere. Fu Yuansheng, unfazed, waved a dismissive hand. So what if he is a student of your academy? That doesn't prevent him from becoming my disciple as well. This is my disciple, Wu Songlin bellowed, his rage reaching its peak. Fu Yuansheng's eyes flashed with determination. If he is a disciple of such potential, I will fight for him. The 2 old men stood, bristling with energy, ready to come to blows at any moment. Master, Li Chan interjected, her voice gentle yet firm. Why not accept him as a joint disciple? Both of you may teach him together. For a moment, the 2 men paused, their anger subsiding as they contemplated the suggestion. Turning to Ling Han, they waited for his response. Ling Han, with a faint smile, spoke softly. I think neither of you can truly teach me anything. The words were like a slap to their faces. How could this young man, though talented, speak with such arrogance? Wu Songlin and Fu Yuansheng, both men of towering achievement, felt their pride wounded. Li Chan's mouth fell open in shock. Wu Songlin and Fu Yuansheng, the 2 greatest alchemists in all of Rain Country, were unable to teach him anything? Could his skill truly surpass theirs? Ling Han, unfazed by the tension in the air, spoke calmly. We may discuss theories and learn from each other. There is always room for growth, no matter how great one's knowledge. The words were humble, yet there was a subtle underlying confidence, as if he had already surpassed them both in his understanding of alchemy. At first, Wu Songlin and Fu Yuansheng exchanged glances, dismissing his words. But soon, as Ling Han continued to speak, his insight into the principles of alchemy was so profound that they began to listen intently, occasionally offering their own thoughts. The balance had shifted, and now they were the ones asking questions, eager to learn from him. Li Si Chan, watching this transformation, could hardly believe what she saw. This young man, so much younger than herself, spoke with the wisdom and understanding of a master. To compare him to her own abilities was like comparing an infant to an ancient sage. Fu Yuansheng, the first to recover from his shock, sighed. Young friend, I once thought you too arrogant, but now I see that your comprehension of alchemy is unparalleled. You will surely rise to the level of an earth-grade alchemist, and perhaps even a heaven-grade one. Wu Songlin, equally moved, rose to his feet, bowing deeply. Thank you, young friend. Your insight has opened my eyes. I now see that I still have much to learn. Fu Yuansheng, too, bowed with deep respect. Many thanks, young friend. Li Si Chan stood, frozen in place. To see the two greatest alchemists in Rain Country bowing to Ling Han, something even the emperor could not command, was beyond her comprehension. If word of this spread, no one would believe it. Ling Han accepted their bows of respect with an untroubled heart. Indeed, he had imparted his teachings to these two men, granting them a rare opportunity to ascend to the earth grade of alchemy. Without his guidance, such a feat would have been unattainable in this lifetime. Therefore, it was only fitting that these two men bowed before him in gratitude. If young Master Han encounters any difficulties in the future, do not hesitate to come to Heaven's Medicine Pavilion to seek my aid. Fu Yuansheng spoke earnestly. No longer did he dare address Ling Han as young friend. Wu Songlin, however, kept his silence. As Ling Han was a disciple of Hu Yang Academy, the matter of seeking him out was of no difficulty to him. He would not allow Ling Han to suffer any injustice within his own domain. Ling Han smiled lightly. He was no man to give without gain. His reason for teaching these two men was purely pragmatic. By forming ties with individuals of such high status, he could cultivate powerful allies within the imperial city, making his endeavors here all the easier. Fu Yuansheng then excused himself, eager to return and digest the knowledge he had gained, hoping to transform it into his own profound understanding. Suddenly, an elderly figure burst into the room, followed by the teacher in charge of student enrollment. The intruder, an imposing figure, was none other than Lian Guangzhu, one of the headmasters of Hu Yang Academy. What disciple do you speak of? Wu Songlin's gaze turned icy, and he sharply addressed the newcomer. This boy is my disciple in the alchemy department. When did he become your disciple in the martial arts department? Hu Yang Academy, renowned for its martial prowess, was divided into two main departments, the martial arts department and the alchemy department. However, the academy's fame stemmed primarily from the martial arts department, given the scarcity of alchemists. In Wu Songlin's eyes, Ling Han's alchemical aptitude surpassed even his own. His deep understanding and mastery of the craft were rare in the world. Thus, Ling Han belonged in the alchemy department, where his talents could be nurtured, step by step toward greatness. Nonsense. This brat's martial prowess is unmatched, and naturally, he belongs to our martial arts department. Lian Guangzhu was incensed, advancing toward Wu Songlin with a pointed finger, his face reddened with anger. To have him waste his gifts on alchemy would be the greatest folly. Wu Songlin, undeterred, stood his ground and returned the gesture, pointing a finger at Lian Guangzhu's nose with the same fervor. You're the one who speaks nonsense. His alchemical talent is unparalleled. Forcing him to practice martial arts would be a tragic misstep. You old fool, don't point that finger at my face, Lian Guangzhu threatened, his eyes burning with anger. It's you who pointed first, Wu Songlin retorted, his voice cold as ice. Now withdraw your finger. The two old men, their years well over 100, stared each other down like stubborn oxen, their eyes locked in an intense, nearly murderous glare, their faces mere inches apart. Li Si Chan, watching from the sidelines, couldn't help but press a hand to her forehead. These two had been friends for years, yet they quarreled like children over every trivial matter. The teacher responsible for student enrollment stood speechless, his eyes wide in disbelief. He had known of Ling Han's remarkable talent in martial arts, but to witness these two legendary figures, both grandmasters, nearly coming to blows over his enrollment, it was beyond his expectations. Were these old men truly arguing over a mere child? What madness was this? It was clear to the teacher now that with these two headmasters at Ling Han's side, he would have the entire imperial city at his beck and call. Wu Songlin, a black-grade high-level alchemist, and Lian Guangzhu, a formidable warrior of the spiritual pedestal tier, were no small figures. Fine, I shall not descend to your level. Lian Guangzhu finally relented, though his voice still carried a hint of fury. But Ling Han is a disciple of my martial arts department, and I am taking him with me. Nonsense! Wu Songlin snapped back, grabbing hold of Ling Han's other shoulder. This is the future of the alchemy department, a prodigy that will revive the entire field of alchemy. I will not allow you to waste his talents. The two old men tugged at Ling Han's shoulders, both trying to pull him to their respective sides. Neither dared to use excessive force, lest they inadvertently harm the young man. Their gritted teeth and strained expressions were a sight to behold. Li Chan flushed with embarrassment, but who knew, ever unconcerned, let out a loud burp, clearly satisfied from her meal. You must choose, young Master Han, Wu Songlin said, his tone softened but still serious. Will you join the alchemy department and help us advance the art of alchemy? Don't listen to that old fool, Lian Guangzhu urged quickly, eager to sway Ling Han to his cause. You are a martial genius, destined for greatness in martial arts. You should not waste your potential in the alchemical arts. Wu Songlin, seeing his chance, added, If you join the alchemy department, I will personally award you 1,000 academic points. The offer left everyone present in shock. 1,000 academic points was an astronomical sum, a reward that could buy powerful cultivation techniques, rare martial arts, alchemical concoctions, and invaluable treasures. Few students, no matter how gifted, ever accumulated such a sum in their time at the academy. Hey, old man Wu, don't throw academic points around like that, Lian Guangzhu quickly interjected, not letting the offer go unchecked. Such rewards are strictly regulated. Do you think I'm some common man? Wu Songlin's voice carried pride as he spoke. Ling Han's contribution to the Storm Pill's recovery was monumental. How could I not reward him? Lian Guangzhu was stunned, his voice faltering as the reality of Wu Songlin's words hit him. Wait, didn't you recover the Storm Pill long ago? The formula I recovered could only create an 8-star pill, Wu Songlin explained, his chest swelling with pride. But thanks to young Master Han, the pill has reached 13 stars. This is an unprecedented achievement. Lian Guangzhu could not refute this, but his thoughts quickly turned back to Ling Han's martial arts prowess. At 17, the boy had already reached the 5th layer of Element Gathering tier, defeating Qi Yongye in battle. Such martial talents were rare, and to let him waste them on alchemy seemed a grave mistake. Ling Han, however, remained undeterred. I will study both, he declared with confidence. Martial arts and alchemy both offer great paths, and I will master both. The two old men stared at him, their skepticism apparent. Are you certain? They asked in unison. Ling Han smiled confidently. Absolutely no problem. Li Chan could hardly believe her ears. Her mouth hung open in shock at Ling Han's audacity. How could he claim such a thing so casually? But then, recalling his previous feats, she realized that perhaps there was more truth to his words than she had first believed. Ling Han's shamelessness was something to behold. His claim, though bold, was backed by the incredible accomplishments he had already achieved. There was no denying the talent that flowed through his veins.